Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. The culinary scene in our country is abuzz with the inclusion of the Philippines in the Michelin Guide. This is both exciting and at the same time puts pressure on the local culinary community. But before this, some of our culinary leaders have been making waves internationally and being recognized for their contributions to the promotion of different global cuisines. Joining me this morning on The High Life is celebrated chef Robby Goco. Chef Robby, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
I know you're fresh from the launch of Michelin.
Yes.
So tell me about that. What's going on?
Okay, we need this in our country. It brings out the best of us, especially of chefs, right? And then, you know, I'm all about excellence. I mean, I really don't like it when you say, pwede na yan, pwede na yan. So now, at least, we have something to look forward to, something to aspire, something that we can raise our standards, right? I mean, food-wise, I don't believe in elevated Filipino cuisine because our cuisine is already elevated as it is. It's just that yung pag-deliver lang, the way it's delivered. So, I mean, better service, cleaner environment, maybe a better wine list, maybe an you know, it's just, you know, so that
refinement.
More refinement, yes.
Is that the essence of the Michelin?
Yes, refinement, exactly.
Okay, but then, you know, there's a lot of, before I go into that, the refinement bit, you know, in the Philippines, it's been a long time coming. Yes. I mean, we've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Our other Asian neighbors have already had it for quite some time, especially Japan, Vietnam, you know, already got their nods. Of course, Thailand, Hong Kong has been there for a while, Japan, you know.
Yes.
So now it's our turn, right?
And if you notice, with all these countries who has this Michelin Guide, it's already really on the pursuit of excellence.
Yes. So does it matter if it's a fine dining restaurant or a humble
you can get a bib gourmand for your cuisine, for your dish, right? For a special
What's a bib gourmand?
It's when they don't because when you award a 1 Michelin star, it has to have all the service and everything else, right? 2 Michelins and you know, a bit higher than that, and the 3 is like super worth the detour.
Yes.
Bib gourmand. These are when you have a very delicious dish.
Yes, a specialty.
A special dish. Like it may be a pares,
Yes.
or it can be as simple as, let's say, a chicken rice, right? Or a fried chicken that's super good. Then they'll give you
the best crispy pat, or
the best crispy pat.
Do you have any?
A lot. Yes, I love.
You already knew what I was going to ask him.
Filipino food. I mean,
yes.
it's
But do you have any nominations on the top of your head? Unofficial nominations.
Yes, that I keep that to myself because
I can't derive that from you right now.
Yeah.
But before the guide is coming to the Philippines, I'm proud to say that you've actually received a particular award, which is the Global Gastronomy Award. Tell me about this.
Well, this award naman, it's from Greece. One day we got an email. I mean, this publication, government publication in Greece, they score, they look around the world and look for chefs who promote Greek food.
Not necessarily Greek?
No, Greek food. So
Greek chef or
Greek chefs. Greek chefs. It's really all about it. They only give it to Greek chefs, right? And then Philippines came along, and then there's no Greek chef. There's a Robby Goco, right? So they sent an email to the company, and then before you know it, I thought it was spam. And then so you know what, we passed it on to my marketing, and then replied, and then before you know it, there's an invitation, Athens, and then there's an occasion that I have to present what I did, and and how I became why Greek became very popular in the Philippines.
Yeah, because of your highly popular
Yes.
chain, which is called SEMA.
SEMA. So
Yeah.
I went there. I brought my two sisters along because just at the same time we wanted to research the cuisine of northern Greece, right? But then we went there, and then before you know it, wow, it's a recognition by the Greek government, and I was I'm like amazed. But at least I'm not anymore. Parang they say fake na Greek.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that you're a fake Greek.
But what a lot of people would always say, kasi a lot of people always say, it's not authentic, it's not authentic. But I respect that cuisine, and whatever I cook, it's based on what I learned from a Greek grandmother 20 years ago.
Okay, is it true that you're the only non-Greek recipient of this
Yes,
award?
I'm the only one who got it.
In
Yes.
the whole world?
Yeah, in the whole world. First non-Greek.
A Filipino
Yeah.
chef that's non-Greek receiving a Greek award. I'm
yes.
so
For
proud
global
of you.
gourmet, and it's wow. And then what's funny? It was the minister of the minister of migrant workers. Then told me, is there a way that we can bring more Filipinos to Greece?
So now you're an agent.
I go, no, it's not my line, but I'll just refer you to somebody from here.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that this award has solidified your mark in the culinary community in the Philippines?
Well, I've already solidified myself, right?
Okay.
Because I'm the only one there's a lot of Italian restaurants here, there's a lot of Spanish restaurants here, but I'm the only one in this cuisine. There were a couple, but then again, because when you talk about Greek food, it's all about the ingredients, how fresh and how good it is. So I make sure that the ingredients that I use is the best. Vine-ripened tomatoes.
Yes.
The best, they call it Lebanese or Japanese cucumbers.
Yes.
But the best possibly, if I know the farmer, I might as well get his ingredients.
You're making my mouth water. I think
Yes.
after our show, I think I'm going to go ahead to one of your outlets in the.
I just don't use any regular olive oil. We would ship in the best olive oil from Greece, right? And then, it's just really get a particular cuisine and then raise it, or not really raise, but get the best possible ingredients and then cook it that way. It's called perfect simplicity.
Perfect simplicity.
A lot of people have tried, but then again, they use low-end ingredients, of course. And when they compare it to my restaurant, it's gonna show.
But of course, when you started this adventure into Greek cuisine, you were literally one of the first or the only.
Yes.
But of course, now there's a lot more that's followed suit, which is great. Because competition breeds better quality and service and the outcome of your restaurants.
But you have to be excellent in
Yes.
what you do.
Yes.
The same as in the Michelin Guide, right? You have to be excellent in what you do.
Do you
Right?
aspire for a star?
Well, just the other day, after the launch, I talked to my managers in Tagaytay, right?
Yes.
In my new restaurant
Yes,
in
we'll get to
Silang.
that. Yeah.
And I told him, let's aim for at least a star, right? These are the criteria.
Yeah, but okay, there's a few workarounds with the Michelin Guide. You can be listed in the guide, and
can be
then
listed,
you've got the star, which is
I
obviously
don't mind if we're listed,
yeah.
right? And then we step by step. I'm not gonna aim for like 1 or 2 or 3 We're listed. As long as we're listed, I'm happy.
How did you start in the culinary industry?
Well, how did I start in the culinary? The real truth is
And don't reveal how old we are because
Yeah.
I've known you since you started.
my parents my dad's into government service. He's a top-notch lawyer, right? Then my mom's she does all these things, right? And they're both very busy. In the house, like what's this? I cook. They have this Time Life cookbooks of the world, right? So whatever I see there, I try to cook, right? And I try to produce it. And then came to a point we started selling it. And then I noticed that there's always money involved. There's always business. Like if I want a new bicycle, I have to bake something and then sell it to my mom's office, right? And then my mom would always buy it, and she was always been very supportive, right? And then and
How old were you?
9.
9 years,
10.
okay.
And then, of course, my parents are kuripot. During that time naman, during that time, they only give you what's enough for school, right?
Yes, yes.
So me, I want a bicycle. I have to bake. If I want some like new clothes or something nice, I have to cook. I have to do something and then sell it.
But any dishes that you remember that you used to make?
Of course, it started out with brownies. It started out with lemon bars and cathedral windows, and then it went to pasta. And then, of course, my mom's office mates would all buy it. So me, it's instant money. So when the time came, and I said, what am I comfortable doing with? What's something that that I can do every day, and even if I'm tired, I'm gonna do it. So, I mean, cooking cooking came. I thought of being a chef. Of course, my dad's Raul Goco, and being a prominent lawyer, he said, "No, you're taking up law. I mean, you want to be a cook?" I go.
Did he look down on that?
Yes, but you know what?
Because they didn't know any better.
When I already had my restaurants and it was doing very, very, very well, he was my #1 supporter.
Well, that's
number
amazing.
1 fan.
So what year was your first restaurant?
I opened Tequila Joe's back in '97.
You owe me money.
I owe you money?
You owe me money.
So,
because I've been going to Tequila Joe before and having a few cocktails and whatnot
that
there.
went
So
up.
you owe me money and spent a lot of money
became
there.
very popular.
Yes.
We went up to about 7 stores.
Yes, that became a staple, the nightlife.
So that became very popular. But then again, but the problem with Mexican food is there's Tex-Mex and there's Mexican. Pinoys, they have a hard time differentiating what was
it, Tex-Mex or Mexican?
It's more Tex-Mex, right?
Okay.
But then again, they say because we have tequila, so they're looking for tequila. So people were saying, "Oh, that's not. They don't have nachos in Mexico."
So again, it's not authentic.
And then then you say the tortilla. It's supposed to be corn. I'm serving corn, and they go, "Oh, I don't like corn. We want flour." But flour is U.S., right? So I needed to shift to another cuisine. And during the time, I looked at the Zagat survey in New York. As you know, whatever they do in New York, a year or 2 years later, it's here now.
Yes.
The most popular cuisine, #1, is of course Chinese, American,
Japanese,
Italian, Java. And then number 10 was Greece. There's none here.
Okay.
I looked at the cuisine of the two. I looked at the map of the two countries. Both are archipelagic countries. Both rely heavily on the sea for sustenance.
Just
Same
like
as the
our
Philippines,
country,
right?
yeah.
Then I went to the 3 cities in the West, Chicago, New York, and Toronto, and to see and to ask all the progressive Pinoys if they know anything about Greek food. They say, "Yeah, we like souvlaki, we like moussaka, we like all that." So I know, if you introduce a cuisine to the Pinoys, this cuisine will surely.
Yeah, because it's familiar, the ingredients, except for olive oil.
Except for olive oil, but we have importers here, and feta.
Yeah, and feta.
Now, I was to a point that we opened our first restaurant in Boracay, because you know why? Because we're worried that people in Manila might not understand.
I can close my eyes and go from the end of station 1 and go towards your restaurant without having to look. I just smell.
And the ingredients it's available in the local market.
Yes.
All I needed to bring to Boracay was oregano and olive oil and feta.
Yes.
Yogurt we make ourselves. And then we were able to do this. But then in January of year 2007. No, 2004, 5. Sima opened in Boracay. And
we're going to continue with your culinary journey. After this very short break, Trade Talks will be right back. I got hungry, no? I can't speak. You're still watching The High Life here on Trade Talks. Welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion with Chef Robby Goco. So from Boracay, okay, so you've got your first established restaurant.
Yes.
Where are you now? How many restaurants have you got?
From Boracay,
Yes.
you know, the reason why we opened Boracay is I wanted to work and
go to the beach.
Go to the beach, get my cocktail. You know what? I never went to the beach. I never got my cocktail. And I said,
No,
you
but
know,
I've had a few bevies with you there.
But me as a chef, so let's go just open in Manila. So
Yeah.
from that, then now
Shangri-La. Yeah.
Now I have a total of, I have 5 Simas, I have 3 Suves, and then I opened 1 in Tagaytay. This is Elea. This is all about food that promotes longevity and well-being.
Tell me about that.
No, we all are not getting younger. Not saying we're not getting
That's
younger.
touchy, Robby. So Chef Robby.
But we need to eat well.
Yes.
We need to eat. I mean, we love to we love to eat. But we've established that there are ingredients that we have to stay away from. Seed oil is one, right? Processed food is one. So Tagaytay is all about longevity. So everything is cooked in extra virgin olive oil, right? Low and slow dishes. These are dishes that are cooked for like 7-8 hours, and then there's super soft lamb stew, roast lamb, and beef or whatever, right? And we only use hardwood for our grilled dishes, right? And then it really promotes dishes which has a lot of fiber, vegetables, and healthy proteins.
Are you saying that Elea is your the culmination of your evolution from what you were doing to going with your age and our peers for better health and longevity? Is that it?
Well, for better health, for longevity and well-being, yes. But Sima is more of the food of Athens, right? Whatever they
still
eat.
hearty.
Yeah, still hearty.
Yeah.
Suv is like Sima has a younger sister who traveled abroad, came back with a funny-sounding slang. And
or
then
a
with
funny-looking boyfriend or a girlfriend.
With a tattoo.
Yeah.
And then carrying all these global ingredients such as quinoa or couscous, whatever. Right? So, I mean, this is modern. This is a progressive Greek. And also that in Suv, you should be able to eat your lunch in less than 5 minutes. I mean, from the time you enter the restaurant. It's quick, it's fast, it's efficient, right?
Yes.
Elea is like you have a 100-year-old grandmother
in the back,
right?
Taking her time.
This blue zone grandmother.
Yes.
Taking her time, cooking the real stuff. It's like lutong bahay, lutong probinsya.
Yes.
So that's the idea.
But what's the cuisine?
It's Greece. It's
Greek.
Northern Greek. Yeah.
Northern Greek.
Yeah. So
right.
they have the mountain area, the mountainous area, where they have a lot pata that's been bracing for like 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So they have roast lamb which has been roasting for like 8 hours.
Do you realize, Chef Goco, that your ventures are now generational?
I know.
Because
I refuse to look at it.
No, but I think it's amazing because you've established something that now can be considered generational, because when you started, of course, you're my peer, and now that we've got children, that's the second gen already dining at your restaurant.
Yes, I know.
How does that make you feel?
more inspired to create new Greek concepts.
Yes.
Because you know why? I can't look behind.
Yes. So you want to stay true to the Greek
I have
cuisine.
no. Of course, I'm venturing into other cuisines. I have other restaurants,
Yes.
right? And then, but this one, aside from Elea, I have a seafood Greek concept coming up. Then I have a something like a cafe, a souvlaki shop, right? That I can open in all the malls in the Philippines, right?
And total, how many F&B outlets? And I know you're also hotelier. How many do you have now?
Well, I have Rob's in Resorts World,
Yes.
right? It's ribs, oysters, and bourbon. We're reopening Cangrejos Locos, which is the crabs and the paella. I have in Palawan, in El Nido, a restaurant called Tanaw. Tanaw is global flavors, local ingredients, right? And then I have this private club in Ortigas. We just opened about a month ago. That one has like 5 different restaurants, but it's a private club, and it's gonna be very popular soon.
So I've already counted 20 plus.
Yeah, there's a lot, and then in the future, then there's more coming up. My mothership, my head company, already employs about 275 employees.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Who are your dream collaborators?
Dream collaborators. I haven't thought of that yet. Yeah.
But Gordon Ramsay?
I opened Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
He opened Gordon. So that's a collab. That's a dream collaboration.
But the thing is, I just did that, right?
So can you message him anytime, like, hey, Gordon, Chef Gordon?
But my role there is to guide them in the ingredients that they're going to be using. I mean, the brand itself is very, very, very premium, right? I mean, just to make sure that they use the best beef. I mean, the fish and chips has to be the best, right? We're not gonna give the customers frozen fish. It has to be freshly butchered lapu-lapu. That's super expensive. But it's really getting them the best ingredients. And
it seems like nothing's stopping Chef Robby Goco.
Why should I stop?
No, because of course, like me, I would like to retire, with all these accolades and success and stuff like that. I'm gonna slow down. But my last question to you would be, what's your biggest mistake?
Biggest mistake? Partnering with the wrong people.
Okay,
right?
And this definitely excludes your wife.
Yeah. And
okay.
I'm very busy right now, but I know I don't want to miss a single moment with my kids, so I try to at least go home or produce or cook their breakfast and their bound to school, which I do. And then I don't want to miss a single moment with my kids. And it's not going to be a mistake that I'm going to do. But partnering with the wrong people who cannot bring anything to the table except money, right? So for me personally, I've had successful restaurants which failed because
of the wrong partners.
Because of the wrong partners,
right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us. I know you're busy zipping around the country, taking care of
I just came from Ilocos.
Yeah, that's what you told me. So thank you again for being here. We really appreciate it, and I can't wait to go try the other restaurants that you've established.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And that is it today for our show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News Channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Signal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.